Okay, you see coming towards you quite slowly, slower than you would have anticipated, 2 ghouls.
2 ghouls. Okay.
And because you all rolled fairly low, actually both ghouls rolled better and get to go first. Okay, so the first ghoul is going to... Who's at the front?
I am, I think.
Okay, Redo, the first ghoul is going to make an attack against you. Just reading the comments saying you guys are fucked. So nice. Okay, so it's going to make a swipe at you with its claws. What is your armor class?
10.
Okay, it rolled a 3. So you managed to duck out of the way as a ghoul staggers towards you and makes a swipe at you with his long, bluey claws. But you manage to just duck and it flies over your head and it snarls. And the second one leans in and it's going to make an attack at the tiefling. And what's your armor class, dude?
With shield, you're not going to be happy with this. 18.
Oh, he rolled a 10. All right. It smacks and it hits your shield with its claws, and you hear it as the claws scrape down it, but no damage taken so far. All right, Redo, you're up.
I try to use minor illusion, my cantrip, to may basically try to distract them
Cool.
with the cat.
Okay, cool. Where are you gonna cast it in the room?
How close are they to us?
They're on the other side of the room, but the room's probably about 15 feet long.
Okay, then just in front of me and running. Wait, let me see the image again. Running towards the bottom of the room.
Yeah? So back into their own room and stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
they can turn their backs to us.
And it's like a cat, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Send in the Tabwins.
Meow! They're here! Okay, cool. Okay. I'm going to... Okay, one of the ghouls... Shit. One of the ghouls is so distracted by the cat that it tries to jump on it and take a chomp out of its tail and ends up smacking its head into the wall and is now dazed and can't go for a round. The other ghoul sort of like looks at the cat, shakes its head, and then looks back at you guys. Okay, Varric, it's your go.
I do what I do best. I shoot an arrow at it.
Because that went so well last time. Well, no, it did go well last time. That's a lie. It did.
8 points of damage.
Yeah, kid.
Okay, so
Well, he threw something at me.
so
Reflexes.
roll for your attack.
Apparently that's... Wait, that was dexterity and...
He just put hashtag worth it.
21.
Is that
Nice.
your attack? Oh shit, man!
Yes.
You hit that ghoul. You hit that ghoul hard.
Now
Okay.
to find out which was the actual D8. Yes, the same one I threw last time.
So yeah, roll for your hit points.
You're not gonna like this probably. I rolled a 7, so
Yep.
plus my 5, that makes 12.
Okay, cool. So that's minus 12. You're firing an arrow, yes?
Yes.
Okay, the ghoul is looking at Vitharius right now, and you manage to catch it with the arrow, and it goes through one side of its cheek and comes out the other side, like partly into its eye.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
So the arrow is now embedded into the ghoul, just to keep track of where my arrows are.
Yeah, one of it, it's stuck in his face, it's stuck in his head. Almost, it's just sticking out under one of his eyes.
Nice.
Yes.
And how much damage was that again? 12?
12.
Okay. I'm using my calculator now, embarrassing as this is. Okay. Okay, Vitharius, it's your go.
Let's see what we get.
Yay, the demon fighter.
So you've got one ghoul that's got an arrow through the face that's closest to you, and you've got one that's dazed and can't move for a round, having just tried to attack an imaginary cat.
I'm gonna go.
Is a sentence I never thought I'd say. So
I'll go for the one directly in front of me, and I just got or be that.
17. Yep, that hits. Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
Alright, switch this, yeah. Alrighty. Now damage that lose strength. What does it?
It should say on your sheet somewhere.
Actually, right. Yes, it does. So that comes to 7 damage.
7 damage, and that's to the one closest to you, yes?
Yep.
Ooh, it's looking pretty bad, guys. You notice as well, because it's quite close to you, this ghoul's looking fairly, like, starved. Like, normally ghouls would be fairly, like, rugged and creepy and, like, couldn't run at you, but this one is fairly slow and looks like it hasn't eaten properly for a while.
I intend to keep it that way.
Marvelous plan. Okay, the other ghoul is still can't take its go yet, it's still dazed. But this ghoul is gonna take its go, and it's gonna, because you just attacked it, Vitharius, it's gonna attack you. And it's going to, it's rolled a 12. What's your armor class?
18.
Ooh, no, it just misses you again.
Oh.
Bad DM rolls. That dice is going in the prison.
Standing in close combat with like a shield between the two of you.
Okay, and the other ghoul can't go, so back to redo. It's your go, Han.
Wait, sorry, the ghouls,
One of them is further away from you, it's dazed, and it's just trying to get to your cat. And the other ghoul is looking quite bad, having taken quite a lot of damage, and it's got an arrow through its face.
Okay. I take out my little knife, and I try to slash the arrow ghoul's throat.
Okay, roll your attack.
Can you tell me what my modifier is?
Yours will be... Ba-doo. Is this just with your knife, yeah?
Yep.
Your modifier, it looks like it's a +1.
Okay, then that would be 12.
Oh, you just hit it!
Nice. Woohoo!
And to those of you asking on the chat, yes, you can hear it. You can come in, but it's quite a small room, so you'd have to smush up behind them. And yes, it doesn't it does say on your sheet you're proficient, but you made enough to hit it anyway, so you don't need to worry about adding that for now. Okay, so roll your damage.
19.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay. Were you slashing its throat?
Yeah.
Okay. You slash the ghoul across the throat so hard that the dark grey blood flies out in like a rainbow above all of you and splatters down onto all of your heads in a beautiful arc.
Yeah.
What?
Wait a second. How does the 19 damage work? Like, what dice did she roll? Because I'm assuming a knife would be the same as a dagger. Not trying to be
What does
annoying
it
or
say
anything,
on your... I haven't got your sheet in front of me right now. What does it say?
But a 19 is a lot. That's more than I can
Yes, see, my
possibly...
dagger is like +4, and that's on a 1d4.
Yeah, but if I roll max damage, I'll still only do 13 damage with my bow.
Hang on.
Okay.
I haven't got your character sheet on me right now. Hang on. Let me look it up. Ba-doo-ba-doo. Have you got your sheet? And can you look at the damage thing?
Me?
No stabs.
Redo. It says... Depending on the type of dagger, though, it can be anything from a 1d4 to a 1d8, depending on what sort of dagger it is. If it's just a standard one, then it's a 1d4, and you can add, but only if it says you do. Again, I need to flick through and find your sheet. Hang on.
I have daggers, and it says 1d4 +2 piercing damage. That's it.
Yeah, on your sheet, it doesn't have that written, so I'm just looking it up now. Because it's got, on your sheet, it's got too much in the box. A lot of them have like cut them off halfway through. So I'm reading it now on the actual thing. So roll a d4 and do a +2. Because again, you've got your proficiency bonus. Where's your sheet? Where's your sheet? Where's your sheet? Okay, here's your sheet.
Just to let you guys know, Sabina's internet has stopped working.
Shit.
So
Hang on.
I don't know if she can hear you guys or not right now.
Okay,
I just got a message from her.
tell her to roll a d4 and add 3.
Alright. Send her the message.
Thanks, Tina.
Cool. Alright. Gonna add stuff. Alright. Sorry guys, small technical delay.
That's okay. I'm impressed with how well we're doing so far with all of this.
I'm impressed too, man. It's all cool. Yeah, sorry, this is why I sort of hand it over to you guys to keep an eye on your numbers, because I just hear a number and go with it. I can't look at all your sheets all at the same time.
That's fair enough.
Okay. Yeah.
Although, to be fair, if she rolls more than a 3, this guy's fucked anyway, so...
Well, considering even if she gets a 1 and adds 3...
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna...
I think he's dead.
Give her a minute or so and see if she gets back to you, and if not, then I'll say that it's the same thing anyway, pretty much.
Yeah, it hasn't... Okay, she's got a 5 altogether.
Okay, cool. So, same deal, guys. Same deal. We'll cut this out of the edit. The rainbow of grey splurges over you. The demon thing... Well, it looks like a demon thing to you, but it's not. It's a fucking ghoul. Drops almost as where it stands. Its throat goes... And it almost crumples in on itself and, like, lands on its knees and then falls... splat back on its back with a juddering doo-doo-doo as it lands on the floor. You've now caught the attention of the... You've now caught... Sorry, Vitharius. In the chat, he's saying, "Ghoul out demons a tiefling, I want to kill it again." Sorry, Vitharius, it was a tongue slip of mine. Ba-dum-bum-ch. The other
DM,
ghoul...
can I just ask a quick question?
Yeah.
Was that our first kill?
Yes.
Yes.
It was.
That was our first kill.
Unless you count the doors.
Unless you count the doors.
Unless we count the
Or
doors.
Vetharius and himself.
Or, yeah, but Theris and the Splinters. That was our first kill, guys.
Yay!
Okay, thank you.
Oh, hang on. I feel like I should play some, like, exciting music or something to mark the occasion.
Next week. This is our practice week. Next week, we expect
The
it.
Dora the Explorer music when she passes a test.
Exactly. Well, I do have some music to play at the beginning and end of the session that I forgot to play today, but I'll play it at the end and it'll all be exciting.
Next week.
Okay, so the first ghoul falls. Now out of its trance, the second ghoul you have caught the attention of. Anyone else who's in the room, feel free to join in with this one, seeing as it's going to make one attack against Vetharius because you look the most interesting. And I'm going to roll my flamey dice this time.
Nice.
No, your armor class is like an 18, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that didn't get you. Fuck! I want my
This is
first
why you
kill,
have a
guys!
Not yet, mate.
Yeah, you need a tank. Rogues for the win. Okay. Redo just had your go, didn't you? So it's on to you, Varric. Unless anyone else in the room wants to join in.
Earlier Swanee said she joined it as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to join in and have an attack with him? Because having just killed the first one, you can all sort of join in to get the second one.
Wait, does she need to roll initiative then to join the initiative order?
I'm gonna
No,
say
she's
no
assisting you, right?
because the ghoul's been dazed. It's only just come out of it, and it was distracted by attacking Vetharius. So
Oh, good.
ooh, she's using firebolt. Okay, roll your damage.
Nice.
Do we now all dodge? It's a small room.
Not
I don't fear fire.
not if she's simply rolling at at the ghoul.
Okay.
And because it's a cantrip, she doesn't need to roll to see. I'm just gonna say it actually attacks it. Swanee, where's it gone? Ba-dum. Your firebolt is not on your character sheet, but it's on this. So, firebolt is a 1d10 of damage. And check if you've got a plus. It goes up at 5th level, I believe. If you've got any modifiers, it should be on your sheet. I haven't got your cantrip sheet on me because I only had enough ink left to print 2 pages. So I've got your background and your front page. Redo! Redo! Hello!
That was out of character because I still don't like you.
I don't like you either.
That's fine, I can deal with that.
Congrats on the first kill too, Reader.
Thanks.
Yeah, out of character, I high five you. In character, I'm still in the corridor, I don't care.
Okay, so far I'm just seeing roll a d10 for damage, but I'm looking through. Cool, 4 points of damage is cool. Alright. The second ghoul is engulfed by fire, and actually, because he's a ghoul, you'd be delighted to know, and they do not particularly like fire. So you actually do extra damage for that.
What?
So it burns more than you were expecting it to. And even though the spell itself was a bit smaller than you intended it to be, it still seems to do quite a decent bit of damage. You aim it, it hits it sort of around the chest area, and it seems to just sort of like the skin flakes off and falls to the floor in like chunks of almost like ash, and the ghoul like claws at itself trying to put it out. And then it slowly sort of disintegrates, and there's almost like a big chunk of its chest that's gone, and it's sort of like heaving and making horrible noises, like.
Nice. Is it done, or is it?
Oh no, it's still going. You've got Varric now if you want your go.
Well, I'll shoot another arrow, I guess.
Alrighty.
Yes.
Roll for your attack.
Fuck. Natural 1.
Oh. Okay.
That's my second natural 1 today.
Okay, as you notch the arrow and pull it back, the string of your bow breaks and the arrow falls to the floor.
But I can't use my bow then?
You can repair it, but it'll take you your next round to repair it.
That human one, she can do repairing stuff.
Oh yeah, take it outside to see Arissa. She can just repair it.
Yeah.
Yes.
With her la 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 la.
Humans
Wait.
can be useful for things.
I'm still kind of...
Can I still run towards her and ask her to do that? Like this turn? Or
Yeah.
is that next round as well?
You can run now, but you would miss taking your next turn in combat. You'd have to come back into the room.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, that leaves...
I'll do that then.
Cool. While she's fixing that, that leaves Vitheritas, whose name I've pronounced
right.
differently every time I've said it. Sorry.
All good. And a nat 20.
Oh!
Did you say natural 20?
Is that the first critical in a fight?
That's the first critical hit. Okay, I feel like every
Everybody
DM...
do a little dance right now.
Every DM has a catchphrase for this. I feel like I need one, so it's going to be something along the lines of, and so it's killing time, is it?
Yeah.
So Vitheritas, it's killing time. What you gonna do?
What do you want to do?
Do I need to roll damage, or do I just smash this guy?
Roll damage, yes.
Alrighty. 12 dice. I need to preset the... That comes to... 6 damage.
Awesome. Is that all in total?
That's in total.
Awesome. Okay. So,
What does a crit do to it though? Because that was just the straight damage. So damage plus my strength bonus.
I'm gonna say, oh, there's a type. Yep, I was about to say this. As in the chat, I'm gonna say you double damage.
That would
'Cause
make it 12.
It's fairly easy to remember, and
Yep.
would you probably wouldn't believe it, so I might take a picture and show you, but 12 is exactly how many hit points the ghoul had left.
Nice.
Awesome.
It really is killing time, Vitheritas.
So you smushed its head.
So is this still with your Warhammer of Madness?
Yep. My one-handed Warhammer swing.
Okay, you smack it so hard on the head that the skull collapses in on the vertebrae of its spine, and it squashes like a concertina into the floor. You now have a pile
Nice.
of smushed, crushed in on itself ghoul.
I'm loving the concertina onto the floor. That's a beautiful description.
It's the funnest bit for me.
Yes, you're doing well.
So, yeah, both ghouls are gone.
This
Can I
whole time
collect
I've been
my arrow,
trying
the
to,
one that
like,
was...
fuck these guys.
Okay, just writing down your XP for
Rosie.
the end. Yes?
Can I collect the arrow that was, like, stuck in the ghoul's face?
Yes, you may.
Because thankfully that's not the one I just annihilated.
And the arrow I dropped on the floor while breaking my bow.
Yes, you
Can
may.
I collect
You
that
may.
one as well?
You may also collect that as well. Ooh,
Yay.
someone's getting vibrating.
Buzzing.
Sorry, I've got
Someone-
The sex party
someone
last
kept
night,
something from
'cause
the
I
sex
thought we
party.
lost
Can I ask, like, a quick question?
Yes.
What does killing 2 ghouls do for us, experience-wise?
I will tell you that when you finish the episode.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Arissa, you dirty girl.
We all knew this. Oh, she's at it again. Look.
It's crazy.
I'm very, very glad that we have people listening in on this. I feel like we're in an actual YouTube video, famous people
Yes.
with fans.
Yeah.
Just one fan.
Feels cool.
One fan chatting to us, but that's still good. That's one fan. It's great.
Hey, we have fans. That's all
Our
that matters.
first fan.
We have to comment every now and then where everybody laughs at chat and someone goes, people in chat just said.
Yeah, exactly. All of our millions and millions of fans in chat, they're making us, we're trending right now, guys. Hashtag Bothwell.
Chat room.
Do we end the episode saying, if you want to join chat, hit the notification bell?
Excellent comment from Glenn. And Sophie, yes, you are our best fan.
Yes, as our
Cover a
first
lot.
fan, you are immediately worth millions. It's great. Okay. Okay, so backing out of the what shall now be known as the ghoul room, you have 2 choices. You can scroll back up to see if you like, but basically there are 2 corridors. There's one that's the furthest down, and there's one that's almost right in front of you as you exit the door.
Can I assume that my bow is repaired by now?
Yes, yes, you may.
Yay. I can use that.
So we're still kind of in agreement, so we're just trying to get the hell out of these dungeons, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Let's get out.
Cool. Can I look
Never a
around and
truer
see
word
if
spoken, Swanee.
Can I look around and see if there's any other small animal that might be able to converse with me?
You and your beast.
Well, what the fuck else am I good at?
Having made
Exactly.
having made quite a bit of noise with the ghouls and everything, there are no rats in the area. You do spot a solitary black beetle crawling down one of the stalactites on the ceiling.
I love beetles. Okay, guys, I'm gonna scuttle over to the beetle and moving my hands in front of my mouth to kind of mime mandibles. I'm going to talk to the beetle and ask if it knows the quickest route out of this place and back up to the surface. Go NPC voice.
Beetles, as you know, are a very simple group of creatures.
Yep.
And it was with that the second NPC I voiced, other than ghouls, was a beetle.
Yes.
You've said what's the quickest way out, yeah?
Yeah, the quickest way back to the surface.
The beetle turns its head, and because you're so close, you can sort of see its eyes sort of bulging quizzically, and you just hear a small, sharp voice say, "Up."
Cool. Well, I'm gonna kind of thank you, little beetle friends. Nim 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 nim. What the beetle makes. So, what's the quickest way for beings of our size to get out of this place to get to the surface? Which way should we go?
the beetle points two of its legs towards the corridor ahead of you and says, "That way." And then it scuttles off up the wall, and as it walks away, you can see it shaking its little head and muttering under its breath, "Nim, nim, 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 what nonsense."
Cool. I'm going to turn around to the rest of my party and explain that this eloquent little beetle has pointed us in the direction that it reckons quickest way up and out. Do they want to follow me that way?
Absolutely.
Cool. The beetle was pointing down the corridor. The beetle itself, right, as you came out of the room with the ghouls in it, there was the door almost directly opposite you. The beetle was further down, and it was pointing down the corridor that's slightly below it.
Okay.
So the one that's marked as the yellow square, or the one that's down the long bit of corridor?
Bear with me, I'm just scrolling up to see what picture I sent you.
Yeah, I just heard to do that too.
I've got my DM one, you see, that you can't look at.
Uh-oh.
This is what the problem is with having so many lovely people in chat.
Yes.
Aha, here it is. Okay, you've got the one that's the big square at the bottom and the one that's towards the top. The one he's pointed at is the one down the bottom.
The yellow one down the bottom?
Yeah.
Cool.
Left side of...
Shall we go to this yellow one? So that's an open door, that's not a door or anything?
It's just a corridor. At the moment they're both just two corridors, but they turn off and you can't see where they both go.
Cool. Hey guys, should we go this way?
I'll take any advice, so I'm going to follow.
Taking the advice of a beetle, I love this.
If it gets me into the sun...
that way that the beetle pointed and hope that everybody me then.
Beetles?
Okay, so you all head down the furthest corridor, yes? Okay. The corridor has one long piece of wall with a dead end at the end that you can see. And to your right, the corridor continues along. At the end of the dead end, you can just make out it's two home-style graves which have been dug at the end of the passage. There are two mounds of earth, just big enough for two fairly adult-sized humans, and two crudely made crosses out of bits of wood from one of the walls that have been placed above each grave. The graves have also been dug up since burial. There are pieces of bone and clothes scattered about, and the bodies are lying a little further down from the graves. They've been pulled out. Most of their flesh has rotted away and is missing, and several of the limbs look like they've been pulled off.
Wow.
Fun.
If these are these knowing guys, they're...
Quick question, which will impact any reply from Varric for now. How are we doing time-wise? Like, how long have we been in the dungeon since waking up?
I'd say you've been there about an hour.
So it's an hour more since he leaves. Okay. In that case...
And you've had some herbs as well.
Oh yeah, I did do that. Yeah, that he'll survive for a bit. He'll survive for a bit.
I'm intrigued to Varric's diet. This is very interesting.
Yeah, he's on a very strict diet. So you've got up ahead of you the two graves with the bodies that have been pulled out and ripped apart, and then you've got a corridor that slopes off and around to the side. So what are you wanting to do with either of those bits of information?
I would love to investigate the bodies a bit closer and see if there's maybe any more symbol or anything that tells us about these people that were buried here.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna say roll for investigation.
Cool. So it's a 14 total.
Okay. Cool. You notice, and you've been in Boston a bit, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there for like the last 20 years.
Okay. These are the bodies of an adult male and an adult female. You can tell from the clothes that they are wearing. And the woman has a ring on her wedding finger. And the husband, the man, has a crest on a ring on his hand. And
Has a what? Sorry, you're breaking up really bad. I can't hear you.
he's got a crest on a ring on his hand as well. They've both got rings.
Oh, okay, thank you.
And they both have the Walden family crest on them.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, we've found 2 of them.
Probably 3 if you consider the kid as well.
Well, see, I was then going to say, the DM keeps mentioning how there's no children around, and I find that very interesting.
Well,
Someone's been listening to me!
We're also a boy, right?
Do I get an inspiration for that? No? Okay. It was worth a try. So, I'm really intrigued as to why... Yeah, they had 2 girls and 2 boys is what I've got written in my notes.
2 girls and a boy is in my notes.
Yeah.
I've got 2 girls, 2 boys.
2
adults, 2 girls, 2
Two
boys.
girls and 1 boy.
Ah, shit, I wrote it down wrong, sorry.
Sorry, that was probably me saying and a boy.
Okay, 2 girls and 1 boy. Oh, okay.
We've seen.
Yeah,
one
Swanee in
male
chat
kid.
was right the first time. 2 girls and 1 boy and the 2 parents.
Well done, Swanee, for listening.
Someone did, thank you.
I listened to one bit, you listened to another bit.
That's true. Between all of you, you're doing fine.
Awesome. I'm loving this. So, where are the 2 girls?
Yeah.
What are these
Um,
knowing? This is
how
all
do you
very, very
know?
interesting.
Bearing in mind that this all happened around 10 years ago as well.
Oh, do we know how old the children... So I'm going to, think back in my brain to... Or was it... Hang on. Arissa told us the story, didn't she?
Yes.
About the Waldens.
Yes.
Arissa, you
Yeah.
remember... I'm actually messaging you now.
Okay.
Oh.
You
I
remember
like
that the
secret
DM is
secrets.
messaging you.
I'm getting word from the god.
Arissa's... I'm going to maybe, make Arissa a nice cup of tea because of my rustic hospitality that I have. And I'm going to ask her some questions about this family and if she knows how old the children were when they disappeared. And I'm going to hope that she's going to get less hungover as I make her this nice healing cup of tea.
So what? You've just sat down and gone. Okay, so there's some dead bodies here.
Yeah. Dude, we've
Uh,
already seen a room with 12 dead bodies in, so this is nothing.
Basically, we have 2 dead bodies and 2 wedding ring.
Yeah.
That sounds it.
They've both got wedding rings with the Walden family crest on them.
And it's not just 2 dead bodies, it's 2 exhumed dead bodies. This is gross, guys.
Guys,
These
The
dead
ghouls
guys
had to
out.
eat something.
Guys, the kid stole every ring in that room.
Interesting.
These
But not
still
these
have
two.
their rings.
Oh.
That just
I
clicked with
pick
me.
up on, but I don't know what it means.
Okay.
Probably significant later on or something.
It's probably... Make a note of it.
I will.
My notes are so scrappy.
Okay,
My-
so what
my-
question you were asking? Those rings.
When we're
Say again?
finished today, can we all scan in our notes and send them in? Because that would be hilarious to compare them.
I make mine on my computer, so I'll just send them in anyway.
Ah, wicked. Oh, I'm doing mine by hand because I'm up.
I just right, I've messaged you, Gina, and I also messaged you the answer to that question as well. Because fuck it. You're crazy enough to work it out.
Yes.
You can investigate the rings. They're quite old. They're traditional. They're family rings with the Waldron crest. One of them is what the leader of the family always wears, and the other one is what's given to his wife. So they're the two rulers of the family at the same time, and then they get passed on to the next generation. They're quite fancy, ornate, and gold.
Ooh.
Oh, Jenny's got a good question. Do they open? Also, I just want to laugh that Jenny wrote, I want to investigate the ring. Especially after last night's happening. Just throwing it out there.
No, the rings don't open. They're very fancy, but they're not that fancy, sadly.
Okay, so Priscity, you had questions?
She has drunk her tea. She now has answers.
Oh yeah, so honey, hi. I would like to know how old the children were when they went missing.
So she Erisa kind of hums to herself and kind of goes, the girls were 10 and 13, and the boy was 6.
Okay.
So the boy would be 16 now.
Yeah. Ish. Did anybody, I'm going to ask the whole group now, did anybody kind of work out maybe how old that kid was before...
He was around 10.
Before Varric shot him brutally in the arm? Not that I have an issue with that or anything.
The kid was around 10, you guys remember.
So,
The kid started attacking.
he threw some dust on the floor. Let's not get into this argument now. It's fine, we'll deal with it later.
I love this
Trying to get out of
argument.
these dungeons. Okay. So probably not the kid from the family.
Unless, like, stuff happened which made him human, live longer.
Oh yeah, he did run exceedingly fast for a human.
Yeah.
So maybe he's had some alterations on him. Oh, so do you remember at the beginning the DM was saying that there's like portals to other realms rumoured to be down this area?
Demon kid.
Yeah, level 1, guys, you're going to hell.
That's a good start.
Swanee in the chat is saying.
Did anybody see what? Did anybody check chat?
Swanee is going to slide the rings off their fingers. All right, you cheeky git. You've now got 2 solid gold rings.
Oh, nice. Don't put them on yet though, because you might get cursed.
Yeah, definitely not putting them on. Just
See, she's an intelligent character, guys.
sticking them in the backpack or something, so for later in case they come in handy.
Oh.
Awesome. Alrighty.
DM, there were no of those wingless symbols anywhere near these or anything?
No, nowhere around here.
Okay, cool.
Oh, and not of the rings. I didn't see any symbols on the rings, right?
Oh no,
You
this
did,
was
you saw the Walden family crest.
just the
but that was
family
it.
crest.
Yeah,
Okay.
cool. So do we push on?
Wait, if it's the last resting place of these people, is there anything else of importance around here?
Like
this room?
It's the end of a corridor. It's because it's part of like the maze of tunnels that the dungeon makes up. It's sort of like a dead end. It looks like it was never meant to be anything special. The only thing about it is that it's been made into this grave site.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, so the place you can go now is up the. Well, you can go.
Put the map picture in.
Say
I can hear
again?
noise, but I can't hear words.
Can you post the map picture again?
Yes.
Oh, we heard that time.
Ba-dum-ba-dum.
Oh, the Veritas, that's very sweet.
Aw, isn't he a
Nice
sweet tiefling?
I don't really care because these humans are creeping out by now. So
For the benefit of the voice recording, Vitharitas spoke a quiet prayer over the bodies and then turned to leave.
Yes.
after someone had nicked their wedding rings.
The person who took issue with stealing money earlier.
Wasn't paying any attention to that.
If anybody were to object, you could have said so. It's not like I was being secretive about it.
She speaks the truth, guys.
Watching everything you do with judgment. It's okay.
I'm just kind of happy with my tea.
The gnome has judgment in her eyes, guys.
Bum bum bum.
Okay, I'm sending you the map again.
Awesome.
Varric is mostly becoming annoyed with, like, standing in a dark dungeon.
Okay, so you see the bottom corridor,
Yeah.
the bit that's
The one
blacked
that's
out.
kind of like a number 3, or the one that's like a weird Z. This backwards.
The very bottom at the left.
Yeah.
You have just been down the dead end right to the bottom,
Yep.
which you couldn't see originally, that's why it's blanked out. The way you can go now is you can go back on yourself and up, but the way the beetle told you to go was down here, so the only other option down here is to go up the next passageway.
Cool.
We'll do
Guys,
that.
let's follow the beetle. I trust the beetle.
We have to have that as
Follow the beetle.
that is the
I'll
now
follow you guys.
title of this
Splitting the party.
episode.
Follow the
This
beetle,
episode's title is
beetle,
Follow the
beetle.
Okay, so you head on up the corridor. Sorry, just checking my notes. Okay, the corridor is quite long, and it goes on and then turns sharply to the right. And as you begin to walk up it, you start to hear scratching noises and a distant sound of a suddenly intense shriek, which I'm really bad at, but I'm gonna give it a go. It's something along the lines of
Nice.
which just woke my dog up, but it was worth it.
So does it sound kind of like a bird?
No, it sounds like nothing any of you have ever heard before, but it sounds like it's heard you.
Oh god.
I'm going to use Divine Sense if that's alright.
Nice.
You can do, and you can sense within 60 feet of you, you can sense 3 quite small but definitely evil creatures.
Uh-oh.
I'm immediately just going to raise my shield, draw my weapon again, and just go prepare yourselves to everyone around me.
I'm notching a bow in my an arrow in my short bow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm notching one in my bow as well.
Yeah.
The Theratas, the evil shapes are behind you, but down a few corridors, you sense that they're twisting and turning, and they're not close to you yet. You also feel coming down the corridor you're walking down, you've all turned around to look behind you, but now back the way you were going, you hear a breeze pick up, and an unearthly coldness makes your back of your neck hairs stand on end, and something strange hits you, just a feeling. And you all I'm sorry, Gina, we'll stop soon, I swear, you're nearly done. Sorry, she's messaging me.
Oh.
And you hear 2 voices, one male, one female, and you hear them unearthly and ghostly and echoing inside your brains, and you can feel them like there's a presence at the other end of the corridor, and you can hear them shouting, and they're shouting, "Set them free!" And you can hear a man shouting, "Set them free, let them go." And you can hear a woman's voice shouting, "Not their fault," and "So hungry," which makes you, Varric, feel even more annoyed.
I grunt.
Varric, do you have any food on you? Because it seems like you're gonna soon.
Evidently not, or I would have eaten.
Oh, mate, okay.
Did you not have any in your possessions that you got back?
Herbs, but no food.
Oh,
I've got nothing to offer you.
Well, you'll be distracted because with Theritus, you can feel this presence of 3 creatures rounding the corner. This is not the creatures who just spoke to you. This is the 3 smaller, evil creatures you can feel. They round the corner and flying, as in not actually flying, like running quickly, but also hobbling and stuttering and falling over themselves. 3 actually, I'm gonna say to you all, can you roll perception before initiative?
D20?
D20 and your perception. Okay.
Very good.
Alright, Varric, you know what these are. Apressity and Orissa, you don't yet.
I don't think I ever will.
You don't even know there's anything here. You're just like looking at the wall.
I've still got my tea in my hands. I'm just dipping.
Yeah, you haven't even got up yet. You're just like sat there.
Sat there enjoying a cup of tea.
Okay, Varric, Swanee, and Vetheritas, you see some about 4.5 foot high, a couple of them maybe 5 foot, creatures with long stretched limbs. They're humanoid in shape, but they're like haggard, skeletal, like you can see the bones of their ribs. Their hair's begun to fall out and it's all matted and curled. The eyes are wide and bulgy. The mouths hang open, slathering. The faces are all gaunt and tight and pulled in. These are half-starved, quite slow. And Vetherius, Swanee, and Varric, you have heard tale of these creatures in folklore, in the nightmare stories people told around campfires. These are 3 Wendigos.
Wow.
To the rest of you,
more about them?
to the rest of you, they look like lank, humanoid, roughly the same size as a short human or a kid. They look like humans that have starved and stretched and nearly died.
Well, I've only got one option, and that's charge.
Yes.
Does this mean roll for initiative?
This means roll for initiative, guys.
Yes.
And just pray Orissa isn't first.
So, what do we say initiative was?
Can I yell out?
D20 and Dex. What are you yelling
Can
out?
I yell out?
Awesome.
You can yell out if you want.
Orissa, watch out!
What?
Cleo, they're Wendigos.
And for the chat, Orissa just rolled a 1 again. Well, that's okay. That's fine. You are lost in a dream world, thinking about the Walden family, and I wonder
I'm still drinking.
how old would a kid be if they were 8 and you plus 10. When he shouts, that they're Wendigos. Any of you who heard him can roll for a history check and see if you know anything about these creatures now that they've been recognized.
So can I roll for...
But roll for your initiative first.
I already rolled for my initiative.
What do I roll for history?
You roll a
You roll
d20 plus your
and then add
history.
your history.
Oh, history is there. I read over that.
Okay.
I'm probably not knowing this 4 total.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Can everyone... Oh, I'm just gonna type this. Can everyone type me their initiative again as of now? After I've
What
typed
roll
this.
again, you mean?
No, just tell me what it was,
Just type
because
Tell you what it was,
I'm just
okay.
telling her. Okay, so Arissa's at the bottom.
Probably a good thing, you know, everything considered.
Wait, how does Sabina not hear us?
I think her internet's being dodgy.
Ah.
Anyone who rolled a 12 or higher
For history.
on your history, you know that
Yeah.
Wendigos happen when a human being or a humanoid creature resorts to cannibalism. It's an instinct curse that rots the blood and turns them into these creatures. You also know that they do not like light or fire.
Ah, awesome.
Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for initiative. Okay, initiative order is Varric, and then the Theratus,
I think it's one. Oh, sorry.
and then Redo, and then Swanee, and then Apricity, and then Arista. This is your your initiative order is Varric, and then Vitheritas, and then Redo, then Swanee, then Apricity, then Arissa.
Cool.
So, Redo, you are third, because she can't hear me. Alright, so, and I'm just going to roll for the Wendigos with my shiny dice. Oh, Christ. Okay. Hang on 1 minute. Oh, God, I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, so, okay, the tallest Wendigo, which is one of the girls, she goes first, and she is going to take a swing at, who was at the back, who was closest to them? Was that Varric or Vitherius?
Probably since I was charging, maybe. me.
Yeah, I'm going to say she's attacking you. I feel like all of my creatures are attacking you today, I'm so sorry. Okay, she has got a... yeah, she hits with an 18, right?
I've got 18, so I presume
Yeah.
if it matches, yeah.
Alright, sweet. Finally, I get to roll for an attack. Woohoo! I mean, oh, no, I'm sorry. Oh, no. No, what a shame. What a terrible, terrible shame. Okay. She is going to attempt to attack you with her claws. And she's going to do...
55 points of damage.
She's done 6 points of damage.
Ooh, ouch. that hurt.
I feel like Apricity is trying to say something to you guys.
Oh
I
shit.
don't think I could shout out during the attacks.
You can shout if you like, that's fine.
Okay, guys, there's 3 Wendigos and there were 3 missing kids from the Walden family.
Yes.
Good note checking there. Good note checking.
Thanks, Rose. Thanks.
Redo kind of likes this weird human. The Wendigos do look like 2 girls and 1 male. Yes.
Whoa. My notes are getting really crazy right now, guys.
I wonder if anyone can guess what game I've been playing recently. Anyway,
I think I know.
so Vetharius, you've taken 6 points of damage. I apologise.
I'll survive.
I know you're the
Wait, 6
tank.
points?
I know you're the tank, but like, yeah. Anyway, okay. So next up is Varric. It's your go.
Vert, need help?
Just kill them and kill them fast.
Okay. In that case, I shoot an arrow at the closest one.
Alrighty, that's one of the girls. Okay. Roll your attack.
I add. Wait a second. I need to find out what I add again. 7. So that's 18 total.
Yeah, you've hit.
Okay, then a d8 for damage. 9 damage
Okay,
in
cool.
total.
Cool. All right, so the first Wendigo, one of the girls, takes 9. Was that 9?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so bad at maths. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Okay. She staggers back. Looking very haggard. Like, again, these are quite starved Wendigos. Like. And she staggers back and sort of like you've slashed her, you've caught her right down the middle, and she's sort of like slowly bleeding just down the chest area, and she sort of staggers and sort of takes a like a breath. Okay, that's Varric. So next up is the other female Wendigo, who's going to attack Varric because you're right there. Oh, what's your AC? Your armor class?
16.
Oh, yeah, no, she doesn't hit you. So takes a snarling bite at you, but like misses your face, and like you step back from it. Okay, number 3 on my notes is Redo.
Reading.
Okay, I've put the message up so she can read it.
Yes.
Wait,
Ooh,
what did Veritas do? What did Veritas do?
He did a smack with his warhammer, didn't he?
No, I haven't attacked yet.
Oh, haven't you? Oh shit.
Nope.
Well,
I just got hit.
you're going before her. Sorry, you can make yours while she's rolling hers.
Yep.
Wait, can I do Burning Hands, my spell?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that one. Is it a spell or a cantrip?
It's a spell.
Okay.
13 hit DM.
Yes, yours hits while she's rolling hers. Okay, so roll to attack with your spell. It'll say on your sheet, which I will have a look for. Meanwhile, Vetharius, roll your damage.
7.
Okay, 7 damage, and that's to the second one.
Bludgeoning, if that helps any, but
Yeah, that's cool. That actually takes an extra one off because of how starved they are. Okay, cool.
So, what?
Okay, so which spell are you casting?
Burning Hands.
sounded back.
Sabina's kind of coming in and out for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's casting burning hands.
She's doing burning hands.
Someone's getting killed by a wolf right now.
It's adorable.
Okay, so
Thank you.
roll a 3d6.
Thank you. Stop. I get it.
Maybe mute whilst the dogs are barking.
I'm gonna say you don't need to roll to attack because they hate fire, so it's an instant hit. So just roll your damage.
I can't really hear what you're saying. Sorry.
No,
That's okay.
I can't hear through the dog.
Sorry.
Okay, cool.
I heard that.
Alright, cool. You've done some decent damage to the second one, and Vitharius, I took your damage off as well. The second one is looking pretty bad, one of the girls. Okay, and next is the smaller Wendigo taking his turn. And he misses you, Varric. So you duck out of the way.
Nice.
Okay, and next up we have number 4, which is Swanee. It's your go.
Okay, I'm doing my firebolt cantrip.
Good idea. Cantrip, and because it's fire, just roll your damage.
9.
9. Awesome. And which one of them are you aiming for? There's the first girl who's reeling back a bit, the second girl who looks the most damage, and the smallest at the back.
The smallest at the back, the boy.
The boy.
Oh, man.
Alright.
Just kidding.
Okay, the smallest at the back takes the fire straight to the chest and falls to the ground, but still is slowly trying to get up and back towards you guys. But he is nearly down. He's like, that was a good hit, that one. Alright, next is number 5, Apricity.
Hi. I have already knocked an arrow in my short bow, and I'm going to take an aim at the one that's the closest to the rest of the party, so the girl at the front.
Awesome.
That's the tallest female,
The
right?
tallest female at the front, yeah. Cool.
Cool.
Alright.
So this is my first short bow thing, so I roll just a d20 to see if I hit, right?
Yeah, if you've got any anything to add to it, it'll say on your sheet. I can...
So when it says attack bonus +4, that means I roll the d20 and then add 4 to it.
8. Sounds about right.
Attack. Yeah.
Sounds
So
right to
that
me.
is 18, 19, 20, 21. That's 22 total for my arrow.
Yep, that hits. Roll your damage.
Cool. And then damage, it says 1d6 plus 2 piercing damage. So that's what I roll, right?
Yep.
Cool. So that's 4 damage. However, because I am a rogue... Oh, hang on. So have I got advantage right now? Because I'm making the attack.
Advantage.
It says, so I have sneak attack. It says once per turn I can roll an extra 6 damage to a creature you have hit with an attack if advantage is on your attack roll with a finesse or a ranged weapon.
I'm going to
So my
say
short-
yes because they're busy attacking Varric and Vitharitus. So yeah.
Awesome. So my first roll is 4 damage, and then my second roll is... Do I get to add my +2 piercing damage as well?
Yeah, sure.
Cool, so that's a 6 damage for my sneak attack roll.
Awesome. Okay, this one's pretty much halved now. It's doubled over. It's bleeding out more. It's almost holding onto the wall, trying to get up and get over to you guys.
Nice.
Okay. Orissa, do you want to wake up and join in?
Come on, sweetie.
Still by the grave, still drinking tea.
I mean, you can throw tea at them if you like.
That everyone's gone.
Have you so far noticed that the rest of us are fighting one?
And some of us are bleeding.
My cups of tea are quite good, so I'm sorry I maybe made too much of a good cup of tea. But
You can smash it on the head.
Perception.
Sounds good.
Which herbs did you use in that tea?
Oh, honey, I'm never going to tell you that.
Aww. But herbs.
But herbs.
If
I got
we
a
get out
nat
here alive,
20.
I'll share it with.
I got a nat 20 on perception.
Hey!
Holy shit. So what do you see?
I just finally kind of look up and go, everyone's gone. Wait a minute.
I'm so glad you rolled a 20 for that.
If
I
you
just kind of,
if you
I
want,
guess I spent my turn just kind of getting up and kind of going, oh crap, and running towards like the partying, getting my rapier out.
if you want, you can take an attack if you like.
No, I think at this point she's just too much like, oh god, what's happening? What are these things?
Okay, in which case the first Wendigo is going to take another attack, and this one's going to be...
Can I ask one question?
Yeah?
I was trying to take notes, but I seem to have missed the third Wendigo. When does that one attack?
That one, the first one attacks first, the second
Yes.
one attacks before Vitheritus, and the third one attacks before Redo.
Okay.
Sorry, they all roll quite high. What's your
Don't
armor?
apologise for that.
What's your armor class, Varric?
16.
Oh, it just hits you, but this is the tallest one that just got hit, so it's a very weak hit. So you're going to take 2 points of damage
Okay.
from a fucking Wendigo, for fuck's sake. I'm not trying to kill you. I'm not.
And that's how dangerous they are so far.
I don't know, I think I'm sitting below half my health right now.
Shit.
Are you sure you don't need some...
I can fix it later.
You sure? Because I could heal it now if you need that.
I could use... Technically speaking, I could use lay on hands on myself and get most of it back.
So, Varric,
Yeah, but...
it's now your go.
Okay. If you don't need healing, I'll just shoot an arrow. Wait, which one looks the most damaged?
The one at the back, the little boy.
Okay. I'll go for him then.
Okay,
You don't
cool.
have a problem with killing kids, do you?
It's not a
I think
kid
this is well
anymore.
established.
I know, but
25.
Yeah, that hits. Roll your damage.
And that's 8.
Okay, yeah.
8.
You hit the Wendigo through the face, and the arrow catches on fire, joining in with the fire. It was already on fire from the fire damage. The arrow catches on fire, and it gives a shriek and crumbles to ash.
Oh, I killed it.
Well done. Alright, so that's Varric's turn. So the second Wendigo, the second oldest daughter's gonna go. Oh, Christ!
Who did she attack?
Uh,
Because Christ is scary.
well, it was gonna be Vitheritas, but it might actually be more. It make more sense if it was you, because you just killed her brother.
Yeah, I just
So-
murdered her brother.
Alright. She rolled a natural 19,
oh,
so
Fuck, that hits.
that hits. So she's gonna roll her damage, which is 4 points. 4 points of damage.
Oh,
That's
I'll
not
survive
bad.
that. I'm now down to half health, but I'll
Okay.
survive.
That's also not good, but
That's okay then.
That's the second Wendigo, so oh shit, I will be attacked before my turn.
I don't really want to kill you guys. Like, you spent so long on these characters, but you know.
if it comes to it, then
I did hear something like on the one of the YouTube channels that I was looking at. They were talking about the character death being twice. Like if you're the amount that you have maximum, if you are that below, your character absolutely dies.
I'm gonna
Is
work
that
it
correct,
as
or-
if they can get you to a temple and a healer, then you can be healed, but you can only be healed 3 times, and then the gods are gonna go, nah, fuck it, mate, you're dead. Unless you're a very high level character.
Fuck. Oh fuck.
But that's until you reach about level 4 or 5, because then you get more powerful. Then I'm gonna up it a little bit, but we'll see if you keep playing that long first, guys.
cool. Happy with that.
Okay, so Varric's been attacked by the second one, yes, and you've had your go. So that means with their test, it's your go.
Alright, so there's still one directly in front of me, and that's the one that just attacked Varric.
Yep.
I am going to do my best to smack that one up.
Yes.
Switch my dice again. Oh, that was not good. That came to a 11.
11. Just hits.
Ooh.
Because it's so damaged, it just hits.
And that does 6 damage.
Which one were you aiming at?
The one that's just attacked Varric.
Alrighty. Okay, this one is now on the floor, bleeding out, but still coming at you.
Cool.
Alright, so we've had 2. Number 3 is redo. Oh, we've all messaged and said redo.
I'm here, sorry.
That's
It's all
okay.
good.
You get to kill stuff.
Yes, that sounds amazing. Could I... wait, what's going on? What are they doing?
You've got 2 almost dead Wendigos, one directly in front of you, one on the floor.
Okay. I take my knife and throw it at the one in front of me.
Alrighty, cool. I won't make you roll an attack for that because it's so close. Just roll your damage, which I believe is 1d4 plus 2.
Yeah, it should be that, and that would be a 5.
Hey!
Wow.
Alrighty, cool. They are now both on the floor, bleeding out, but they're still coming at you. So, number 4 is Swanee. It's your go.
Okay. I do the firebolt again, and I do 2 damage.
Ooh, which one are you aiming for?
Say again?
Which one are you aiming at?
The one that's standing is still standing, right?
It's just fallen, so that same one. Okay. That one is
Yeah, well,
blasted and is now dust.
Damn!
Yes.
Alright.
Alright, there's only one left. And it is now Aprecity's go.
Nice. I'm notching another arrow into my short bow, and I'm aiming for the last one. And that is a 16 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Awesome. Hang on, let me just double check. So that's 1d6 plus 2. So that's 3 damage.
Yeah, you still got it. It's dust. It's deaded.
Yes, first kill.
Cool. Thank you.
I like the idea that Arissa's notice everyone's gone, run up to the back of the party, and they've just like fucked over these 3 Wendigos. And she's just like, what's just happened?
She just enters the room as there's loads of dust falling down.
Is anyone gonna tell her what you think you've discovered while she's running in?
Oh yeah, so Arissa, so we just ran into 3 Wendigos. Wendigo, you know what they are? They're creatures that like are that they used to be humans, but they ate. They were cannibals, and then they became sick creatures and evil creatures, and we killed them. And there were 2 girls and 1 boy.
Oh. 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 She's just kind of slowly piecing it together.
Oh, Vithertas, good for you.
Aww. He's standing over the remains of the children and speaking a prayer for their tortured souls. What a nice, horny tiefling.
Awesome. So they're all dead. What else have we noticed about the room that we're in now that we can finally take a breath, have a look around? What
So
else do we see?
how many people think we just found the kids?
Guys,
Guaranteed.
remember that voice in the cold going release them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does killing them count?
I hope so.
Well, the fact that Verti, I'm going to call him, just did a prayer over them, then hopefully they've been released into a better place.
Yeah, let's hope for that.
Aww.
So, DM, do we see anything else in the room?
Not in this room. No. The corridor.
Nothing on the Wendigos?
The Wendigos have the remnants of very wealthy people's clothing, which sort of confirms your suspicions that these are the Walden kids. You can see the clothes they're wearing are pretty much red, the Borsin colours. And I'd say you're about 90% sure you just found the 2 daughters and the son.
If this is the son, then who was that kid earlier?
Somebody else.
Well, he was a no-wings, whatever that is.
True.
So why were these kids forced to cannibalize their parents? Everybody down here seems to have starved to death. What is going on?
Well, they say that very few people successfully leave.
Being locked in a dungeon does limit your options to get food.
But these
At which my stomach growls.
in their own dungeon.
I think Varric is considering cannibalism right now.
I'm going to take 3 steps back from Varric and push whoever is nearest me gently in front of him.
Who is this? I'm not wondering. Who is this?
I think
I'm not sure.
I think that would probably be the tiefling. Here you go, a nice
Arissa
hefty meal.
Arissa kind of goes into her pack. And
At which point, Varric I just grab some more herbs and start munching on them.
Okay.
I'm gonna go into my pack and get some rations because Arissa and Varric have been trapping together for a while, so she knows how he gets.
Okay.
Also, just
Got rations, so she's gonna feed him.
Thank you.
As you're taking this brief pause, you can feel that unearthly cold wind creep up again, and you can't hear the voices anymore, But you can see two vaguely humanoid shapes that are very, very pale, drifting towards you from round the corner where the graves were.
Oh, hey, go.
And as they drift towards you, you can see there's a male human and a female human. And as they drift together, they're slowly fading. And you can see them bow their heads. And you almost think you can hear someone say, "Thank you," and the ghosts vanish.
Did anybody else see that?
Well,
Nah.
I saw it, but I don't think they're saying thank you to Swanee because she stole their
Nah.
wedding rings. But
No,
out there.
pretty sure they're saying thank you for killing our kids.
Awesome.
I believe the term is putting them to rest.
Okay, no, that's the title of the episode. Follow the beetle and kill the kids.
I think that should be the tagline.
Amazing.
We'll look back on this
I'm
in...
going to take a couple of seconds to pause and pay my respect. But also, I'm going to laugh that Swanee's holding their wedding ring and is probably feeling a bit guilty right now.
We'll look back on this in many, many years' time and think, oh, we started here.
season 5 episode, season finale of that season, and we'll be just like, remember them.
Alright.
Remember when we killed the kids?
And follow the beetle.
I think this will be a very regular occurrence, guys. Okay, so
Killing kids.
Killing kids or following beetle?
both. So
Following beetles.
you're currently in the long corridor down the bottom, to the left-hand side. You're not at the very bottom. That's where the graves were. The corridor just above that in an L shape. You're nearly at the top of that.
Okay.
You worm your way around it in the S shape, and you come to two corridors, one veering off to the left and one veering off to the right.
The beetle didn't say anything about this, right?
Well, hang on, guys. I'm going to use my beetle sense and see if there's any other small creatures around. Maybe beetles, maybe rats, maybe other that I can chat.
We need a new NPC.
I know. I want like a bat NPC or something. DM.
That would be amazing.
I would quite like a bat, that would be quite good. At the moment, there's drippy stalactites on the ceiling, but you can't see any creatures right now.
Okay, fair play.
I'm just munching on some of the food that Arissa gave me.
Oh, that's nice. So can I kind of stand in between the two, like the fork of the corridors, and kind of try and sense if I can tell which is up to the surface? Did I roll for that?
They're both
Can I?
fairly level. You've gone up quite a steep slope way back when, and the tunnels have been slowly sloping upwards since then, but these two feel fairly on the level. There doesn't seem to be very much in it.
Okay.
Quick out-of-game question before I metagame. I don't want to. Do we know how Vertaratus knew to warn us, like to be prepared, back before the Wendigo?
Say that again, you cut out halfway through that.
Do we know how Vertaratus knew to be prepared? Like when he yelled that at us quite shortly before the Wendigos attacked?
I don't know. You could ask him.
Vertaratus, how did you know to prepare? Pretty much instantly before the Wendigos actually attacked. And could you do the same thing here?
I can sense evil occasionally around me. And I could try to do so. There's no
Yes,
guarantee.
please.
That could be
Alright.
very useful in leading us the correct way.
I'll use Divine Sense and see if I can tell anything.
Okay. Having seen some before in this encounter, you can sense some ghouls, but they're far below you in another tunnel.
Okay, below is good.
the more distance, the better, right?
No, Reverend.
Alright. I'll basically open my eyes again and just go, there's ghouls directly below us, but they're quite far away.
It's okay.
Has anybody got any sort of ability to look ahead, to send anything ahead, or anything like that?
Don't say that. Arissa will just wander off.
Okay, I said that to everybody, but I put my hands over Arissa's ears. I showed her a shiny, shiny thing that I made before. You can keep that, honey.
And in the meantime, I'm going to just grab my symbol and use lay of hands on myself, so I might just faintly glow as far as anyone else is concerned.
Are you laying your hands on yourself in public?
Ew. He was doing that all last night. You don't remember?
True.
Guys, we haven't had time to sit and talk about what happened last night. Probably for the best.
In a dungeon full of ghouls, best place to do it.
Yeah, let's wait until we get to the surface and get some fresh air, and I will sit you down and make you my best cup of tea, and we will talk.
So, guys,
Very good tea.
So wizard for tea.
are you going to go left or right?
Well, can I peek around the corner using perception?
You can do. Are you
Which
peeking left or right?
Right.
Alright, you peek down to the right and you can see a long corridor with some weird writing on the floor and a locked door at the other end.
But I do not know the door is locked, probably, from this distance.
Not from this distance, no, but it does look quite heavy, a bit like the other doors that have been locked on your travels.
Okay. Guys, there's something written here. I have no... But there's something here. If anyone smart knows how to read that.
Sorry, did you say smart?
Yes.
Oh, so yeah, let's go look at it.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So, are you guys all going down the right corridor, or is anyone staying back and is anyone doing the other one?
Very carefully, but I'm walking down the corridor to look at the writing.
Okay, Apricity can only type now because her iPad's died, but we'll read it out for her. She says, thanks, and I think she can hear us. Just checking before we carry on.
Yeah, if she answers with thanks.
Yeah, she can hear us. Okay, cool. But she's a bit tipsy, but that's the best way to be. Okay, Tipsy Dungeons and Dragons. Take a shot every time the DM says something mean. Okay, so were you all heading down the right-hand corridor, or were you doing anything? Was anyone doing anything else? Was it just the two of you?
I think Arissa would just kind of wander around the other corridor.
Okay, so Redo and Swanee and Varric were so far in the right-hand corridor.
And Apricity.
And Apricity. You're going to look at the writing on the floor. Okay. I'm going to send you a picture.
I'll step back a bit to give them... I'll step back a slight bit to give them some room to study it without, like, me being in the way.
Alright, cool. Well, it doesn't take too long. You've got a torch, you've got light. On the floor, there are stone slabs, and they've each got letters carved in them in common.
Easy. So what's it say?
I'm loading you a picture.
Bum, bum, bum.
The side you're on has A, F, and J, along with C, I, T, L, S, O, A, R, U, D, I, E, and S. The Theratos is following Arissa. Where are you going, Arissa? Are you going down the left corridor?
Yeah.
Okay. Just
And I was
for
going to make sure she's not getting in trouble.
just for a pause, while you guys are reading all of that, Arissa, you find yourself in a dead end, and you find a half-decayed and rotting old diary on the floor.
Ooh. Ooh, that seems like fun stuff.
Okay, you pick it up. It crumbles away in your hands, but the last page that's been written on is scrawled in very large letters out of... it looks like it's been done using dirt from the floor, and it's in like a child handwriting, and it says, "Still so hungry, it's been too long. They say it's okay. What do we do? We can't. They said we should. I don't know. Maybe we'll dig them up."
That's like the worst story I've ever read.
And while she's doing that, you guys who are in the right-hand corridor and you've looked at all the letters on the floor, they're in the picture. But if you can't see the picture, I will send it to you as well. It's...
There's nothing on the walls.
There is. Roll perception to see if you can see something.
Okay.
Alright, she should have the letters now. Okay. The photos appeared, very cool. Okay, cool. You guys see written on the wall in common, and it goes right the way along where the lettered slabs are on the floor. It is a riddle. And it's written, and I will type it, but I'll also say it. I'm just going to type it first. Okay. We're nearly done, I swear. Well, unless you all die. The riddle on the wall says, "My tongues cannot taste, but I eat to grow stronger. Give me a drink and I shall fall. Tell me what I am." And everyone goes silent.
Fire?
Varric, as you're looking around this room, and actually Redo as well, from your perception check, you notice that on the floor where the stone slabs with letters carved in them are, around the edges the walls have crumbled away, and you can see what looks like a dark drop, and you can smell like charred flesh. This is a trap, Indiana Jones style. If you step on the wrong letters, you're gonna fall.
So we can't step on that.
So,
sorry, my mind is not really awake anymore.
So
I'm trying to...
the girls have made their guesses. Do you want to say to the group?
Yes, but my mind is not...
Okay, Apricity has said fire. Is everyone going with that as their answer? Do they want to step on those slabs?
Yes.
Yep, I'll go with it.
Alrighty. So you all slowly... Who's going first?
I am.
Alrighty, Reed is going first. She carefully, gingerly steps onto the F, followed by Swanee. Nothing happens. Jump across to the I. A little bit of wobble, but it's okay. Jumps on the R, jumps on the E, and she's across to the other side. Everyone else follows.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Yeah, now that you know I didn't die.
Yeah.
Terrible people.
Apricity has the right idea. Wait to see that everyone else does it safely and then follow. Also, she's quite small, so theoretically, potentially, if you stepped on the wrong one, it wouldn't necessarily notice.
Just out of curiosity, how many people here has met a tiefling before?
Is that no one?
I think there's a once.
Yeah, it got... Okay.
Right. Sorry, there's some interesting things going on in our chat right now involving fuck you, no fuck you. So we're just going to move straight on from that. Alright, you're all across and you're by a locked door.
I step aside and point to Veritas, going, do your thing.
I look at our rogue and go, do you want to try, or shall I just smash it?
Oh, yeah.
Would you like to let Apricity try it with her bone? And does someone want to check for traps? And yes, Swanee, he is your doorman.
I'll check for traps then.
Alright.
And I'm afraid I won't be much help.
The door seems fine.
Yeah. Sorry, I tried.
Well, I'll check before I start smashing anything.
Alright, roll investigation.
Oh god.
Or perception if you're better at that.
Yeah, I'll take the perception.
Apricity says, go ahead, Hammer Boy.
I'll take that. By the way, that feat, does that apply for all perception?
Yeah, I think so. Unless I said that it's unless I said it's just once a day, but I don't think it is.
He didn't say specifically on that from memory, but regardless, that was a 90.
Yeah, no, it's just all of them.
Yep.
That was a 19. Okay, cool. The door is fine.
Ah, okay. Then I am going to. Oh, can I tell if it's locked or unlocked?
It's locked.
Okay. Then it's smashing.
Between you and Swanee, it's locked. And Apricity says smashy. So yeah, roll an attack against the door.
Oh, I love this. Why is it always against the doors? Nat 20.
Hey!
Always against the doors.
It's killing time.
And another pulverized door.
It's killing time. What do you want to do to the door?
Can I not clean up hinges?
You can, by all means. And as he swings his hammer, and with an almighty infuriated, I've been down here too long, we've seen kids and creepy shit, and I'm hungry, and apparently so's that guy, and I'm getting grumpy as fuck. It's killing time, let's make it trend, people. The door is smashed off its hinges, and with a final kick out to the side, you all step out into the fresh air and the lower floor of the abandoned Walden Castle.